Hi everyone, it's Gladys with Mitten Memory Creations, and I am doing a tutorial on how to do the stencil for the brick stencil. Let me do it that way. The brick stencil, the stencil of the brick. And the colors that I'm using, and you can do this depending on the colors that you want to use. I'm doing the rich cocoa, the toffee crunch, and the potter's clay. Or in Creative Memories colors, I am using the hot fudge, the beige, and the caramel. Now, my hot fudge is almost dried up. It's the original hot fudge, and it's very, very, well, dried up. So that's actually going to be my base color. If yours is not, then I wouldn't start with it at the base. But I wanted something dark. I wanted to give it some shadow. And as you can see, I'm just going through and it's barely making a dent in it. I have ordered the refill from that big company in the sky, in the cloud, that just sends you things to your house, because they do have the refill. Or you can just order a new one, whichever one you prefer. But I am just going very lightly because there's not a lot of ink. And I chose that on purpose. I knew that ahead of time, but I wanted to give it the depth of color. Now, on top of that, I'm going to do the toffee. And let me put the cover on my ink, because until I get my refill, I don't want that to dry completely up. Now, the toffee is one of the newer ones. It has lots of color. It's doing great. So, not a problem. But it is a yellow-brown, while the rich cocoa was more of a dark. So I wanted both of these to have a say in this color palette, because bricks are not just one color. If you look at bricks in the wild, if you look at bricks, they are multiple colors, and that's what I wanted. And then I'm finishing with the potter's clay. And again, putting it on my silicone mat and then coming in at a slight angle with a little bit more force, because this is going to be the predominant color. But I'm doing it straight on there. The reason you don't want to is you don't want to, let's say if this was yellow, if you go directly to the ink spot and you've already been on the stencil, you're going to carry with you remnants of other colors, and it's going to go back to the foam or the sponge. So you want to make sure that you are putting it on your mat, your silicone mat, picking it up from there, so there's no cross-contamination. And let me show you. There are my bricks. And I'll bring it in so that you can see. And definitely there's some depth, there's some variety of color. And I'm going to go and place it. This was made so that you can make a long border. You can go horizontally or vertically with it. And I'm going to start again. Now, because the seam, or where those 5 bricks are getting more ink, they're going to be a little darker, and that's perfectly okay. It'll work out, I promise. You don't have to worry. And then we're going to do the toffee. And the toffee just brightens it because it is that yellow. And then finally the potter's clay. And you can see the potter clay. This was one of the originals that came out, and I had already ordered the refill. When you get the refill, you follow the directions. You just literally put it on top. You squirt a little bit out. Wait for it to absorb, and there you have it. So that is how you do bricks. Now, in the templates that I've been using, the scrap journal templates, I just did a whole variety of these where I went down the whole page. And one thing I found that was a little bit easier, I like that. Yes, I know, not the traditional way. You're going to get some edging around, but you know what? Use your supplies. They're not meant to be encased in glass and not used, so use them. And that actually gave it a little bit more of a, can you see that? Not a smooth texture, more of a brick texture. The top is very smooth. The bottom has some pores to it. And then if you stagger, you're going to get that look of crumbling bricks where they're not perfect, which is what I wanted for the ruins that I had been visiting in my pictures. If you haven't been paying attention to the other videos, go take a look. There's a whole section of the scrap journal templates, and I've done 4 sets, 4 different themes, and this one was on brick, so I figured I'd pull out the brick and show you how to do the brick. So I would love to keep this blank. So I'm going to go right there. And again, go down, maybe skip a couple right there. It's just a matter of playing and preference. Do not be afraid to play with your inks. Do not be afraid to see what happens. Subscribe and like. Come back tomorrow when I'll post even more things, and I'll post another video. Bye.